Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself, James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself, James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope your day is going way better than fantastic. And your journey to self-betterment is going way better than fantastic as well. Today, I wanted to talk about societal narcissism once again. And a part that those that might not be aware of narcissism and narcissistic abuse might be missing. And that is all of this was designed. You see, those of us that grew up in a home with a narcissist mother or father or both for some. There are stories that we can tell about our growing up. That to the person that didn't grow up in such a way, these stories sound and appear to be completely made up. And it's hard for someone to grasp that a parent would sabotage their child's life years and years in advance, just so their child will either to grow up causing havoc in the world, or they end up being supply and metaphoric food for those that are creating havoc. Well, I watched something today. It was a news report from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where it appears two women were going to meet up to fight with one another. One had her phone turned on to, I believe, Facebook live streaming. And the other got out with a weapon, let's just say. And without flinching or without any hesitation or remorse, began to fire upon this woman she was supposed to have a fight with. The woman was struck on the shoulder, and I hope she is okay. But something happened in this news story. They talked to some experts about social media and society, and how people that aren't loved and have no attention given to them in this day and age will do such horrible crimes on social media, simply because they see just getting that fraction of their 15 minutes of attention is a positive. Without care, they will be possibly in jail for many years or their entire life, depending on the crime. But here's a problem. And I'm not saying there is a problem with what these experts are saying, and that they too are toxic, because I don't know them. But what I can say is, the societal narcissists, those that dictate the pace of society, let's just say, know what they are doing, just as much as our parents did. Our narcissist parents, and likely the parents of those creating havoc in society. And the societal narcissists have known it for not just years but decades and generations. Every negative stat out there, or nearly most negative stats out there, attribute either being a terrible person in society, or being the victim of a terrible person in society, to growing up in a toxic home with a lack of love. Either you might grow up to being a doormat, or you will grow up walking on people without remorse or sorrow to what you have done. Also today, I was watching a short video of a young criminal back in the 50s, being interviewed, with his face covered with a mask. And he talked about his broken home, but then talked about his lack of care of others when committing crimes. And if someone gets hurt and loses their life, oh well, no big deal to him. Because as he said, no one would care about him, so why should he care about anyone else? Then they asked him, how are you supporting yourself now? He said, well, since he doesn't like to work, he is having some older women take care of him. And he will do so until he finally one day ends up in prison for the rest of his life. Here's a guy that has robbed all kinds of businesses and people, and found someone to help take care of him. And his first thought isn't, wow, I have a second chance, I live in a safe home with someone that cares. Nope. He actually loves hurting people so much, he will give up his comfort and care to do more horrible things in society, knowing he will end up in prison for the rest of his life. And he could care less. And the man interviewing him was trying to understand and was asking questions why this guy thought the way he did. And this is where we get narcissism and psychopathy. They knew back then that when you mess up the upbringing of a child, all kinds of problems can happen. Yes, I believe there is a part that is made. Even the Bible speaks of such things. However, there is a doctor that has studied the brain and psychopaths his entire life, not realizing his brain had all of the markers of a psychopath too. He one day had his brain scanned and was stunned. But then when he had a deep conversation with his grandmother that raised him, she confessed he came from a terrible family that did terrible things, such as deleting one another. But he ended up with this grandmother who was loving and kind and encouraging from the very beginning, and he said that was likely the difference between him becoming a doctor and kind person, as compared to someone that was ruthless and evil wanting to harm others. He did say there are many things that don't make him scared or bother him. And he now knows why he doesn't get scared at certain things that others do. Simply because it's how his brain is wired. But it's his empathy that keeps it all in check. Then there are those that I believe are empaths right from the start. But we too suffer greatly growing up in such a home. Staying with people that clearly mean us no good. And believing one lie after the next. But here's the ugly truth. They know all of this. The societal narcissists know all of this. Just like our parents knew. You see. As I talked about yesterday. Narcissists. Covert narcissists will oftentimes cause harm to people and will allow others to take the blame. No matter that be one of their scapegoat children. And no matter it be one of their so-called golden children. You see, the golden child is often the attack dog of the family, protecting the narcissist mother and or father for the evil they do. But it works against them, and the narcissist parent knows this. Because if they learn no impulse control growing up, the narcissist knows it's a matter of time they do something like what can be seen in this Facebook video. Now, I'm not saying the woman that did what she did on video nor her parents are narcissists. However, narcissist parents would be certainly thrilled their child did such a thing. Even though they might cry and say, I didn't raise my child that way. So forth and so on. And the reason why they would be thrilled is they did the job Satan brought them here to do. And that is to destroy as many humans' lives as possible. Instead of being a caring doctor, or a caring cashier at the grocery store, they became an attention seeker without control of themselves, causing great harm to someone else. All captured on video. And if the parent or parents are narcissists, this is now supply they can feed on. And their child will never become better than they ever became. You see, it bothers the narcissist parent, brother or sister or so-called friend, to see you rise out of the muck and dirt and mud and pain. To become someone. Even if you are a cashier at the grocery store. And there is nothing wrong with such a job. But you are doing that job to the best of your ability and with love and passion. If you become a doctor, you are doing it with all the love and passion in the world. The narcissists don't want that. And the societal narcissists don't want that either. They want your life destroyed or you to destroy others' lives. Now, though, I don't think that anyone should try to date or deal with such a person because helping them is above yours and my abilities. But if you are out there and you have impulse control problems like that woman that picked up that weapon just to get Facebook famous, you need to sit down with a professional that can help you understand why you are the way you are. And hopefully help you not create chaos in society and for others, including yourself. But if you aren't one of these people, don't trust every single person that comes into your life. Don't. Take your time. And if your gut says something is wrong or off about this person, trust your gut. Because likely that is God telling you to watch out. And that He loves you. Because when we hear about this being a spiritual battle, that is 100% correct, I believe. Because Satan will grab such people that are already evil into your lives, to lie to you and to ruin everything you are doing and everything that you plan to do. But the societal narcissists know this. And again, I'm not calling the experts on this news story societal narcissists. But it's interesting to me how some people act shocked this is the outcome. When most of the mechanisms of society have done its best to undermine nearly every aspect of a healthy family unit. And it's done its best to promote complete and utter evil. But that's much like the narcissist parent. They put you through darn near hell. Then when something bad happens, they pretend to act shocked and surprised. When your reaction was planned all along. This is why the slowing things down and not reacting is highly important when dealing with a narcissist. They want your over-the-top reaction if they can get it. So they can record you or call the police or take what is happening out of context. If they said that they cheated on you with 10 people, remain calm. Back away. And do what you can to never talk to this person again. You will never get a straight answer as to why they did what they did to you. They will just use your wanting closure to keep the toxic dance going and going and going. Or they will hope you will get upset and you might kick a hole in the wall or break something in the home due to your emotional pain. Also, they can claim victim and call the police on you, when they are the ones that should really be in handcuffs for all of the abuse they did to you. You have to look at society and what our personal narcissists have done in our lives as one in the same. The patterns are nearly identical. And just like it was all by the design and our failures were set up years in advance by the narcissists in our lives, so have the societal narcissists set up such evil traps for even their so-called golden children. Well, I think this is a great place to stop. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.